What's going on, everyone? It's Spectre coming back at you with another Pokemon Direct coverage video. And guys, this might be the very most exciting, the biggest, the most prominent moment in this entire Direct. Or with regard to the Pokemon Sword and Shield games in general. Wild areas have been confirmed. Now, let me just kind of try to drill this in your heads here, guys. So, in the last direct that we had, or the last trailer reveal that we had, we saw that the trainer was going through the grass, you know, typical normal encounters, and not like Let's Go, there's no overworld Pokemon. That's what we all thought, but Game Freak has come through and put a little bit of a switch on us here. Turns out this is not the case for every area in the game, because they have revealed what they called wild areas. Oh boy, or the wild area. We don't know how many there are. We're assuming that it's just the one big area. And if you guys remember back in a video that I did regarding the Galar region map here, we did a little bit of an analysis of the map. And I was kind of going through it and I was like, what the heck is this right here? This giant area. I was like, why is this, there's just this big, huge, giant area that seems relatively empty compared to the rest of the map. I mean, we got all these massive cities and all this stuff. But kind of right after the first town here, you go and there's this huge, massive area. Turns out this is what Pokemon calls, or Game Freak calls, Wild Area. And let's read about what's going on here, guys, because there are officially overworld encounters, and not just overworld encounters. This is a really, really exciting part of the game. So it says, there's a vast expanse of land in the Galar region, of course, that place we just pointed out, which is known as the Wild Area. The Wild Area is full of nature as far as the eye can see, and it connects several different towns and cities. You'll find a greater variety of Pokemon living here than anywhere else in the Galar region. The Pokemon you'll run into will change depending on things like the weather or location. Guys, I'm gonna try to explain how amazing this is in this video, but it's so hard for me to explain because it's so amazing. So you might see something new each time you visit. So let's take a couple looks at the screenshots here. So we're out in the wild area. Apparently, guys, also what's really, really cool is that in this area you can actually control the camera and kind of tilt it wherever you want, so you're not just limited to kind of the player view, but you can do kind of like a 360, kind of like Breath of the Wild. Remember when Link could just kind of look, you can look around. It's a 3D open world kind of experience. We were all hoping for that, but they're giving that to us in this wild area. And look here, guys, overworld, there's literally a Milotic just swimming around. As we're, I guess this is like a, what the heck is this actually? I didn't see this before. It looks like a massive water bike. Okay, cool. But yeah, there's a Milotic here. I think there's a Mantike here. I can't quite make out what this is. Doesn't look like a Mantike. It looks almost like a Tortuga. I don't know. But there are wild Pokemon just roaming around that we can encounter. Look here, we've got a Seismitoad, and it changes depending on the weather, guys. So a nice sunny water day, we got Milotic. It's a rainy day, we've got Seismitoad. It's a deserty kind of stormy day, there's a Tyranitar. There's literally a wild Tyranitar. And what's confusing me here, if you'll let me do a little side show here. This area right here is actually right after the first town. So are we just gonna go from, you know, getting our starter to encountering like Tyranitar? Hello? I don't know how this is going to work, guys. Unless we actually go through this train track and we don't go here, this will be a separate event, and then we go up here to this city and we skip over this, and this is like a post-game kind of thing. This is why I was thinking something like this where we can encounter old Pokemon would be, you know, in this background area here once we've gone through the whole region. I don't know how this is going to work out, but anyway, back to the excitement. So Tyranitar in the wild. It says the wild areas can be reached through various towns and cities. It contains untamed wilderness, no kidding. Holy cow. It seems the Pokemon you'll run into will change depending on things like the weather or location. And then while in the wild area, you'll be able to, this is what I was talking about earlier, you'll be able to control the camera in order to explore the vast space around you and search for Pokemon and items. This looks... Guys, I can't explain how much this looks like Breath of the Wild. Everybody was saying, oh, I want a Breath of the Wild style game, etc. I was hoping for that. Everyone's hoping for that deep down, but not really expecting it. But in this wild area, it looks exactly like that. Like, look at this shot right here. There's like a castle in the background. This looks so Breath of the Wild-esque. It's not even funny, with Pokemon roaming around. Like, this thing's flying around. Oh my god. And just look at this shot here. I took this from Cerebi. Look at the castle. Does that not look like Hyrule Castle in the background of Breath of the Wild? This literally looks like all of our hopes and dreams. Now, I want to explain why this is so significant. So at this point in the series, we're going to have probably around 900 Pokemon in total. And to be able to go back into the wild area and have all these different Pokemon, so it's not just like one route, right? In terms of the wild Pokemon availability, depending on the weather, it's going to be like several different routes in one massive, massive area. Because normally, let's say you had a grass-type route, you'd see, you know, a bunch of grass-type Pokemon, maybe some normal-type Pokemon. If it's raining, that selection is going to change, and you'll have this whole, essentially, new route with water-type Pokemon, I don't know, ground-type Pokemon, whatever else there is. The desert, same thing. If it's dry and just dry and hot, there's going to be rock-type Pokemon, ground-type Pokemon, probably fire-type Pokemon. So it becomes a different kind of route depending on the weather and the situation that's happening in the route at the time. So, and plus it's huge. Oh, I think there's Bronzor in the background, actually. I just saw that. So this might be like a steel type area. This is huge, guys. Like, this is a similar kind of situation to the Safari Zone, but on a way, way bigger level. And I'm thinking back to past games and what we've been able to do in terms of getting past Pokemon. There are 900 Pokemon now, which means we need this more than ever to try and catch all the old Pokemon that, you know, were in the past games, because we've had trouble kind of, you know, it's kind of a hassle to have to transfer your Pokemon every single series. If we could just have a massive area where you can encounter, you know, I would like to say maybe a majority of the old Pokemon, that would be amazing. And what I'm thinking back to is like Diamond and Pearl. They used to have those kind of swarms. Remember, after the post-game, there would be these swarms of Pokemon, like older Pokemon. It was really difficult to get those things. You had to wait for a certain day to get a certain Pokemon. It was only one Pokemon per day. This opens up everything. This is huge. This is absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. So yeah, of course, we've got Milotic, Mantike, I think that might be Tortuga, can't quite see, Tyranitar, Seismitoad. Let's just see the variety of Pokemon that we've got here. This thing, the, what was it called? Something Knight. Can't remember its name at the moment. Bronzor. What else? I think that's it that we can see from here. But guys, if we go to the actual trailer, we can see even more really cool Pokemon. Of course, right here, we've got like Beware, we've got Wobbuffet. Oh my god, this looks so Breath of the Wild-esque with this bridge. I can't believe this. Then over here, we've got some Hippopotas. I can't remember how to pronounce that name. In like the dry area. Then when it becomes winter, shortly after this, where was it? Aha, Snubber. There's some Snubber in the winter. Really, really cool. Changes depending on the season. Of course, we've got Rhydon in the desert. And then even at nighttime, guys, another whole route selection opens up. Because we've got Golurk and Duskull in the background here. This looks like a Ghastly, I'm going to assume. So ghost Pokemon come out at nighttime. This is beautiful, guys. There's Mudsdale. There's so many different Pokemon. There's Hawlucha here. This is looking incredible. Absolutely amazing. So Breath of the Wild-esque. It's open world. Brings back all the old Pokemon for a new Pokemon selection, and some powerful ones at that. Like, all these Pokemon are fully evolved and whatnot. It's crazy. This is absolutely insane. Milotic, I can't believe it. I sincerely can't believe it. I'm wondering when this will be opened up, though. I have no idea when this will be opened up, because it's just after the first town. And I sincerely doubt that we'll actually... I thought we might traverse through this and there just might be some wild Pokemon, but this area is huge. Absolutely huge. Way bigger than I thought. I was telling everybody that the Galar region is way bigger than I think most people are realizing. This is just a simplified version of it. If you go back and look through the trailer at this area, it is huge. Like Breath of the Wild level, massive, massive area. Oh boy, I'm so excited. I think this is the single biggest piece of news that we have in the game. And the thing that I'm personally most excited for is, you know, being able to go back and catch old Pokemon that we need to get still and use them in a new journey, even if it's just exclusive to post-game. That's what I was imagining when we were going through the Galar region map, is that there'd be a post-game area where they just shove all the old Pokemon. This is exactly what I was hoping for. If you go back to that video, this is precisely what I wanted and more, because it's this massive, you know, area that changes depending on the weather or the day or nighttime. It's incredible. So dynamic. Such a good addition to this game. I sincerely cannot wait for this at all. And I hope you guys are excited for this too. Please be sure to let me know in the comments what you are most excited for with regard to this wild area. Because there are a lot of, you know, there are a lot of features, a lot of different Pokemon. And the camera changing is just incredible. This is possibly the single greatest addition to this game, but there's so much more coming. We know that there's so much more coming. Game Freak even said it. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this little coverage video about the brand new wild areas, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon Sword and Shield news. I'll be posting throughout the day more about the Pokemon Direct and, of course, any new news that does come out. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time for another Sword and Shield video.